What's going on, Turtle Nation? Today I'm going to be teaching you a tutorial on how to make thumbnails in Photoshop. It's actually like a pretty simple process. I mean, it doesn't require a lot of work unless you're trying to get like really in-depth thumbnails, but I'm going to teach you how to make just basic thumbnails in Photoshop. First thing you want to do is you want to click on New, and you're going to want to make sure that this width is 1280 by 720 pixels. Make sure it's on pixels. This can be on white, transparent, background, it doesn't even matter. I just keep it on transparent just because I like it that way, personal preference, because it's going to be covered up anyway. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to have a background. You can custom make these, or you can just grab one off the internet real quick, which is what I do. I'm pretty sure a lot of people do it also. You can just go on Google, type in radial background. You can do gradient backgrounds or flare backgrounds. That's what all these look like. I personally myself like the flare background, and I have chose this one. So I'm going to go back into Photoshop. I'm going to go to File, and then Place, and then I save it on my desktop, so it's right there. And sometimes you might have to resize these, but luckily mine was the exact size of thumbnail sizing, so that's good. So once you're done like sizing it, but when you do size it, you want to make sure you hold Shift. But yeah, just hold Shift and then you use these arrows and resize it. So anyways, so when you're done, just click this little check mark up top, and now you're ready to start making your thumbnails. Basically what I usually like to do is like add text. So I'm be making the thumbnail for this video that you're watching right now. So what I first would like to do is you want to find I guess a font you'd want to use. I'm going to be using, I think it's this one. Put this up to 100, and I think that should be good. We're going to keep it on white, and then we're going to how to make YouTube thumbnails is what I'm going to be putting this. How to. Yeah, make. And we'll slide this over. And then we'll get done with this. And then now I'm going to add a logo, like the YouTube logo, in between here. And then you're going to make sure you type in YouTube logo.png. And I was gonna add I might add a Photoshop one into here. I don't know. I probably will. But you want to make PNG, and the reason you want to do PNG is because, as you can see right here, it's like transparent background, transparent background, transparent background. So I chose this one, and then so now you're going to go back into Photoshop. You want to go File. You want to go into Place. Find where we saved it. Once again, I saved mine on my desktop. And then now you're like, oh, this might be too big, or, you know. But for me, I think this is going to be fine. Once again, if you don't want to resize it, just hold your Shift key and use the resizing arrows, as you can see there. But anyways, so now this is like that. Once you're done, once again, click the little commit transform, or you can just click enter. And then after you do this, and then you're going to want to do the rest of your text. So I'm going to put how to make YouTube, and then we'll put thumbnails, and then move this to where I want it to be. And then that's pretty simple. And then, so now once you're done with that text, just click this. And you're going to want to go back into there and make everything look fancy. So I'm going to right click thumbnails. I'm going to go to blending options. And you have all these different options. You can add bevel and emboss, which, as you can see, you can just like kind of look at the edges and see what it does. And then once you add this, you can add a contour to it. I mean, I'm not going to use any of these though. I'm going to use a inner shadow. We're going to turn the opacity down a little bit to like 100 maybe. I don't know, should we just keep it at 100? I mean, you just like play around with everything, see what you like. I mean, it's all about like what you think looks good, so I don't know. We can just play around with these settings a little bit. This is my default, how I like them to be. You can change these around however you want. We're gonna reset the default, and then so I'm gonna keep that there. Gonna add an inner glow. I mean, you can see a tiny bit difference, like if you stare at it, but I don't like to have this. You can add satin, which basically just like makes it darker all around. Got a color overlay. Now, color overlays are pretty helpful. You can either make I usually like to make mine black or white. So we'll add a white color overlay. And I guess you really can't see that, so I guess we're gonna have to do a black one. And then you're like, oh, well, just colors over there. That's where you're gonna want to mess with your opacity. And then, yeah, maybe like no, dang. Alright, so we'll do this, and we'll add it to like maybe 5%. I don't know, 10%. I like 10%, so that's gonna be that. Oh no, I did not mean to click enter. Go back into blending options, and then you can add a gradient overlay. Now, gradients, you can do a lot of stuff with gradients, like as you can see here, like I'm just clicking on like the default ones here, and they already got like some pretty good stuff on here that you can already do. But then you can go in and change the colors, so double click here, and but for us we're just gonna keep it black and white. So yeah, black and then white. Oh no. Yeah, alright, we're gonna go here. Make this one black, make that one white. And just click OK once you're done. I mean, you can add how much of this you want, how little of it you want. Maybe 10%, I don't know, maybe 15. Is that my dog? That is my dog. Hello, dog. 30. We're gonna keep with about 30% here. Keep on doing that. Okay. Pattern overlay, I mean, I personally don't like to use these, but I mean, you can. They have like some preset patterns here. You can just add them to that, and then scale. It's kind of like a zoom in, zoom out type thing, but we're not going to be adding any of those. Outer glow, I don't like to do outer glows, and then drop shadows. I really like drop shadows. I feel like they just add like a lot of pop to your thumbnails, me personally. Yeah, so I mean, you can just add opacity so you can like barely see them, so you can like see them a lot. I like to keep opacity around 20 so it actually like looks like a legit shadow, and I clicked enter again, my goodness. So it looks like an actual shadow. And then distance, that just affects like how far down they go. I keep mine at around 25, and I don't know, maybe kick this opacity up to around 30. And then the spread, you can just see that makes how thick the shadow is down there. Keep mine at 100, and size, I mean, I don't like to make it too big, like mine was already at like 2, I'm pretty sure it was. And then noise, you can like kind of see a difference of what it does. It makes it alright, if I put opacity up to 100 real quick, you'd see it. It just makes it like kind of like dotty, I guess. I really don't know how to explain that, but that's what that does. We're gonna put this back up to 30. I like to keep my angles at 100. And then, so this is what I like to do for drop shadow on here. And so now you get all of this done, and then now click OK. So you're like, oh, I have to go back and do this for the other thing. No, you do not. You just have to right click this, go down to copy layer style, click on your other words, and then click, and where's that? Paste layer style. And then boom, that's it right there. But I think I'm also going to add a little thing down here. So I'm gonna move this up. No, not that. Gosh. Alright. So when you want to move stuff, you want to make sure you want to click on it and then go to move it. Or not, or my stuff can still just lie to me. Alright, well, let's move now. Alright, yep, so I'm going to move this up. Pop this down. Move this down a little bit more. Alright. And then, so now I'm going to add another little text thing. I'm going to put with Photoshop. And then we can change down the font size, maybe to like half of it. Yep, I like that. With Photoshop. And then pop this down. Pop it down like maybe down here. And then, I don't know, maybe we could change this. I'm just going to keep it the same. And then we highlight it. And then change the color possibly. But I do think I'm just going to keep mine to white. And then if you want, you could paste the same things to this. You really can't see that well. So I'm going to go back to blending options. And then maybe just add some stuff to it or just keep it like that. Maybe an inner shadow. So we want to go in here and then opacity. Inner glow, satin, nah. We're just gonna think maybe add a color overlay of black. The opacity, so it has like a little metallic type feel to it. A gradient overlay, I don't know if I want to add one of these. A radial one maybe. Nah, I'll just take this off and then click OK. I don't think I'm gonna add a drop shadow to this one. I might. Yeah, we'll add the drop shadow to this one also. And then, so that is basically what I would do for my thumbnails. And yeah, that's gonna be about it. But now, once you're done, you're gonna go to File, Save As, and save it to wherever you want to. I'm gonna save mine in my desktop. Have a folder for them, and then I'm gonna save this one as JPEGs, and then name it whatever you want to. I'm gonna name it. Just keep the .jpeg on there. I'm gonna name it thumbnail tutorial, and then save. And just keep all these the same and click OK. And then, so that is basically going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys all liked it. Let me know down in the comments if you did like it. And that's going to be the end. So, bye everybody.